The startup of the day, let's put the spotlight then on U Foods. Well, instant food brand U has raised 55 crore rupees in a funding round that was led by investor Ashish Kacholia and Asian Paints promoter group. In fact, in the same round, the company has provided exits to some of its early investors and backers who reportedly have made over 4 times return on their initial investments. In fact, the company was founded in 2021 by Bharat, Bhalla and Varun Kapur. The brand initially was launched with instant cup noodles and pastas and has since expanded its product line to include ready-to-cook noodles, pastas, like I said, and natural beverages. And to talk about the company and the latest fundraise, I'm now joined by the founders themselves, Bharat, Bhalla and Varun Kapur. Thank you very much, Bharat and Varun, for joining us this evening on ET Now. Let me come to you first, Bharat. Now, help us understand the latest fundraise you're looking at deploying, and how are you looking at deploying this funding of 55 crore rupees, which investors have gotten an exit via this?
No, thank you. Thank you so much for having us, Sumita. This is a significant fundraise by U Foods. We've raised 55 crores in our Series B round. Previously, before this, we've only raised about 40 odd crores across 3 rounds of capital. So this becomes a significant fundraise for the company. The round was led by Ashish Kacholia and the Asian Paints promoter family, Manish Choksi and Varun Vakil. A large part of this fundraise is going to be used to expand our product portfolio. When we talk about the food space, we're going to go deeper across the noodle segment. Our ambition is to be one of the top 3 players in the noodle segment in the country. And along with that, we also want to expand our beverage range, which currently consists of 100% fruit juices and coconut water. So we will look to expand that as well. And on the back of that, we also look to increase our distribution network pan-India from an offline perspective, as well as strengthening our online presence.
Bharat, but let me go to you, Varun. Now, Varun, Bharat has spoken about the fact that the company wants to increase its penetration into the noodle segment, the beverage range as well, and distribution as well of the company. But let me ask you specifically about these 2 product segments. What gives you the confidence to increase your penetration further into the noodle segment? Give us some inputs in terms of the consumer trends that you've seen pick up in these 2 segments, particularly the beverages segment and the noodle segment.
Sure. So, we've seen a few of our products actually seeing significant volumes in few of our products in both these segments, food, in noodles and in beverages. Noodles specifically, we have a product in the plain noodle category, which is a whole wheat noodle. And that has really been a stellar product for us across platforms, whether it's online, whether it's offline. It's seeing significant volumes. It is perhaps the only 100% atta-based plain noodle in the market, and it is increasingly taking market share away from the incumbent brands. Similarly, in beverages, we started off with the launch of 100% coconut water. Again, the only product in the market which has a single ingredient, which is just coconut water, no preservative, no chemical, no concentrate, no preservative. And that has really done extremely well for us and given us the confidence really to expand our range, allowing us to now firmly believe that we can really penetrate both of these categories and become really leaders in both these categories as we progress our distribution and across offline and online.
All right, and let me take that question across to Bharat now. He's speaking about, Bharat, Varun is saying that you want to expand into offline and online, but if you could also give us a sense of the kind of split that the brand currently has in terms of online and offline. And in online, what channels are you particularly preferring? And I'm asking that on the back of quick commerce gaining a lot of momentum.
Yeah, absolutely. So from a U Foods perspective, we're an omni-channel brand. We, from the very first day, focused on multiple channels. So we currently have about 7,500 stores across modern trade and general trade from an offline perspective where we are already present. A large part of this presence currently constitutes in North India because that's where our base is. But we will look to increase the distribution presence, like I spoke, across West, South, and East India from an offline perspective. From an online perspective, we are currently available on every single QCommerce and e-commerce platform in the country. The good thing is that we have a very wide array of products, about 15 to 20 products across most QCommerce and e-commerce channels, with a dark store penetration of over 90% across cities. So online is also a big focus area for us. And also we are present in the alternative segment where we sell our products on two airlines, SpiceJet and Akasa. And along with that, we're also present in 4 export markets. So this is currently the split of our, where all we sell. About 50% of our business currently comes from online, which constitutes QCommerce and e-commerce. 35 odd percent comes from the offline segments, and the balance comes from the alternative segment. With regards to growth, we will focus on all channels equally. You're absolutely right that QCommerce has obviously been good, not only for us, but for every other brand. So that is certainly driving, a key growth for You Foods, and will continue to do so. We're actually, wherever QCommerce expand, whatever new cities, all the channels go to, You Foods is an automatic choice for all the QCommerce channels to include You Foods products across all the categories where we are present, to expand into newer cities as well. So we will focus on all channels equally, but yes, there are going to be options across quick commerce that we will continue to see in the near term.
Right. Could you also touch upon when you speak about expansion into different cities, but could you also give us a sense of the kind of cities that you look at expanding into, the kind of geographies that you look at targeting in the next couple of months?
Sure. So for us, we are a classic omni-channel FMCG play. It is an ambition to be a pan-India player. I think online, wherever QCom and wherever eCom have spread their tentacles, we're already present. So in that sense, we're pretty much pan-India on the online side. Offline is a time-consuming and it takes a little more effort. Having said that, we were one of few brands which from day zero started our offline journey. We started with the Delhi NCR market, which is our home market. And then we started penetrating outwards in concentric circles in a high density strategy. Today, as we speak, we're pretty much omnipresent in the north of India. And now have established a presence in the east and in the south. Having said that, offline is an extremely big, dense and diverse market. We've probably just about scratched the surface with about 8,000 odd stores across the country. But I think the ambition is over the next 2 years to take this count to at least about 25 to 30,000 stores, which will kind of give us a presence across at least B plus, A and A plus counters.
All right, so your offline plans are pretty solid in terms of the kind of expansion that you're looking at from the current 7,500 stores that you are present in so far as your offline retail is concerned. But Varun, let me ask you another question. When we speak about quick commerce, there's been a lot of talk, a lot of debate around quick commerce. Many retail bodies say that this is going to eat up retail. Would you agree with that? And what are your views on the expansion of quick commerce in the country? Because we see retailers and quick commerce and e-com players jostling so far as this argument is concerned.
No, I think it's so that necessarily QCommerce is probably taking away some share from the regular next door Kirana stores. I think that because the convenience factor that QCommerce is bringing to the customer, the ease with which they can purchase, not having to go out and pick up your stuff, and these are day-to-day stuff. So I think in that sense, definitely QCommerce is taking away share from the regular next door, mom and pop Kirana stores, not so much from modern retail, not so much from value retail, but yes, from the format which is more standalone. This actually is advantageous for brands like us who don't really have the distribution footprint that the incumbents have when it comes to your mom and pop and next door and single retailers. So in that sense, it allows brands like us to penetrate faster in cities in which we are not present on the offline side. And with their ambitions and their growth plans, when we sit through meetings with the QCommerce teams across all the 3 platforms, I think that is only going to grow. And with that, brands like us, should see and witness growth at our end as well, as we increase our products, as we go to more cities with them, and as they grow their business, that correlates and translates into growth for brands like ours.
Right. Right, Varun. Let me come to you, Bharat. Now, Varun is speaking about product expansion and, of course, diversification. Could you give us a sense of, the product portfolio that you're looking at coming up with, and what are the next set of products that you're that you're interested in rolling out?
Sure. So like I said, from a food perspective, we're present across largely the noodles and pasta space. We now straddle across instant cup noodles as well as plain noodles, plain pastas as well as instant noodles and pastas in a packet format. So our recent launches have been in the instant flavored noodle space, which includes 100% whole wheat noodles. Along with that, we've also launched our ramen noodles in two flavors. So, like I said, we are going very deep as far as the noodle category is concerned. We are pretty much now category leaders across most of the QCommerce and e-commerce platforms in the Hakka noodle segment. So you will see us introducing few more product variants even in the Hakka noodle category, so that we can maintain the market share that we have garnered across various channels and replicate that across the offline segment as well. From a beverage perspective, we are currently just about starting out. We're about 8 odd months old with our 100% natural coconut water and 2 fruit juices that we currently have in our portfolio. We will look to expand that before the onset of next summer. So we will have close to about 4 to 5 more fruit juices coming to the market before the summer next year. So that will be on the food and beverage segment, and we're always keen to explore more categories. So not now, but probably in some time you will see us entering another category.
All right, so we'll speak to you then whenever it is that you decide and plan to roll out new categories for growth. But one final question before we let you go, and I'll take that from you, Varun. I was reading somewhere that you clocked an ARR of about 50 crores. Give us a sense of the kind of projections that you have for the next couple of months in terms of revenue growth.
Sure. So September saw us for the first time in a single month, we sold more than 1 million units. At which base we touched an annualized revenue run rate of about 50 crores. Historically, we've doubled our revenues roughly about every 12 to 14 months. So I think this quarter next year should see us at an annualized revenue run rate of about 100 crores. At our base, the kind of product portfolio that we have, the kind of categories that we are present in, and the total addressable market, I think that kind of revenue growth should continue for the foreseeable couple of years. At which point we will, be a brand which is north of about 150 to 200 crores in a couple of years' time. And that, as Bharat said, it could involve a launch of a third category, allowing us to really scale the business. And the 3 tenets of the brand, which is 100% natural ingredients, bold and creative flavors, and value pricing, I think these 3 will cut across every category that we are present in currently and in future.
All right. So big plans, Varun and Bharat. Thank you very much for joining us this evening on ET Now and discussing the fundraise and, of course, growth plans for the company. So, ladies and gentlemen, U Foods over there targeting 150 to 200 crores over the next couple of years.
If you like this video, then like, share and subscribe to ET Now.